I want to give an update on your car. So like, where we at? Where's the car at? Obviously it's running now. So I haven't even uploaded the film of when we got it running. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put it in this clip. So, but as of right now, how's the car?
So if you guys know a junkyard company, come take it off my hands, that'd be great, man. But it's running pretty good, man.
It's running good. It's running. So yeah, like I said, it's running. There's no more leak. There was a leak. So I don't even know if that went on YouTube, but there was a coolant leak. We ripped the head off. Turns out it wasn't a head gasket. We think it was the upper coolant neck, right?
Yeah.
So
shout out to V2.
So we believe there was a leak happening because it was running down here. If you guys follow my Instagram, you would have seen the whole story about what happened. But we replaced the coolant neck with the updated version. And that's, as soon as we did this, the leak stopped. So pretty sure that's what was leaking. We never really pressure tested it, but that would have told us. We just never did it. And I just wanted you guys to see where the car is, like what's the state of the car. Like I said, here it is. It's running. He drove it to my house. It needs to get the exhaust welded, but he's working on that. He's gonna drop it off at a Meineke so they can finish. I don't even remember. So what is it? They have to do the flex pipe. They have to weld in a cat, right?
Yeah.
So they have to do that. And right after this, guys, I'm gonna leave the clip or pretty much the whole video of us getting this car or this motor running for the first time. This was back in the beginning of summer, I think it was. So enjoy that video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Big moves today. Big moves happening. Carter's putting the fluids in. You ready, bro?
I'm nervous. I can't even
I had to pick this camera up, bro. We're putting fluids in it right now. Good morning, everyone. Today is we're expecting to get this running today, or at least hear it. Know that it cranks up. The new wiring came to extend the power cable on the battery. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Carter's gonna fill all the fluids up. We're gonna go over like quick checklists right before we turn the key. Oh, major update. So Carter figured out the power issue, the intermittent power issue. So yes, it was ground related, but it just turns out we had a dirty ground somewhere. So while I was home, Carter was going through all his grounds. He's cleaned them up. Now he turns the key. We have constant power every time. So power issue is fixed. Just always check your grounds. And yeah, so he's gonna put his, he's putting in braking oil right now. Just something
cheapo,
just to let it run. Yeah, just some STP. I told him to use Torco trans fluid. That's what I've used Torco for like 4 years already. I love that fluid. What he's running is just the regular MTF fluid. So it's this stuff right here. I recommend this. This is great for LSDs. So the reason why I like Torco, one, because it works well with Honda Transits, and two, it's got the friction modifiers in it to work with LSDs, so it won't burn your clutches up. So that's why I've always used that. And all right, let me fix this power cable, and we're gonna keep rolling today. So we got the new power wire made. Now it's running the way I like it. It runs this way. It's not tucked in the back. That's good. We just put oil in it. We put the trans fluid. Right now Carter's working on fitting the IAT in there. So he's drilling this hole just to fit in the coupler. And after that, we're gonna triple check our grounds, make sure all those are good. And then we gotta wire his oil pressure gauge. All right, so I'm inside the car right now. I'm getting ready to wire up his oil pressure sensor. And the way I'm gonna be doing it, again, I know I've seen some comments in the last video when I was doing the charge harness and we were talking about doing the oil pressure sensor. I'm gonna leave a link to the video where I went full in depth on how to wire it. It should be like one of the cards. It should be popping up already. Just click on that card, that'll take you on when I installed my oil pressure sensor. It's the same sensor, same way I'm doing it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use what's called a add a circuit. This guy right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap into his fuse box to pull the power. So if you never used one of these, I'm going to explain it real quick. So what we're going to do is what I'm going to use fuse number 16. So number 16 is for daytime running lights on a Canadian model. Since we don't use that in on this car, there is still power running to the fuse. So 16 is this guy right here. So there's 12 volts coming here. What I would do is I would take this fuse out. I will put this add a circuit in there. So I'm just going to use this bottom one right now, just to give you an example. So this guy is going to go into the spot, right? So once we push that in, we have the one fuse controlling the gauge. The second fuse that we just took out goes in the other spot, and that's pulling your power. And then this wire right here is now our 12 volts, and that's going to plug into our red wire right here. So this is how we're going to be pulling the 12 volts, and then all we got to do is ground the sensor, and that's it. So if I did this right, meaning we got our 12 volts there, I just put a ground, I put a ring terminal on it, grounded it right here on the dash frame. If I turn the key, this should turn on. Aha, there it is. So we're good. Perfect. So now we just have to set our warning, which I forget how to do that. Maybe if we hold this. I don't remember. I have to read the instructions how to set this up, but you just set your warning for when you fall to a certain section, it'll start to blink, warning you that your oil pressure is lower than where you wanted it to be. So good. That's done. All right, we're pretty much here at the big moment. So we have the injectors unplugged. We have the coil packs unplugged. I loosened up the screw or the lock nut on the regulator because we're probably gonna have to increase the base pressure since he's running an aftermarket one. It's not set to like an OEM base pressure. We'll put it to like 45 or something like that. Tightened up the starter, the alternator nuts, that's locked in. And we're just going over everything. Everything is pretty much good. Carter, I'm gonna give you power. We're just gonna hook his battery up. And now all we're gonna look for, we're just gonna crank the car. That's why we unplug this stuff. We don't want the motor starting up. So we're going to crank it until we see the oil light go off and your oil pressure gauge, we'll see a good number. So you watch that. I'll be in the engine bay. I'll yell if I see anything funny. But go ahead, man. Crank it up. Nothing? What'd you do? Oh, okay. Go ahead. Actually, the base pressure is pretty good. It's already at 40, so I might leave it right there. Is the gauge working? The gauge is working?
Yeah, when I go to start it goes off, but it stays at 0.
Is it plugged in? Alright, just keep going. It's probably just really trying to get the oil running through it right now. Okay, it's going to take a little bit. The oil light went out, but the gauge never. It went to 3. All right, so it's slowly building as long as the light went off. I'm gonna plug you in now. All right. All right, Carter. This is the big moment. Go ahead. It's gonna turn over, bro. Just go again. Go ahead. Try again. Oh, bro, it's gonna do it.
I was tapping the gas.
I seen it. Just you gotta everything's gotta relearn. Keep it running like that. It's all right. Here, I'll keep it running. Go ahead. That was me. Did that go up?
I went to 72.
72?
Yeah.
Bro, that's great idling oil pressure. How you feel?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? What was the RPMs when it was on its own?
What do you mean?
Like when we're not trying to give it gas, like when you first started it up.
It's just fluttering down here.
Okay, because I'm wondering if maybe the throttle body needs to be adjusted to stay open a little bit.
Yeah.
So, did you have a light on? A check engine light?
Yeah.
All right, I don't have my scanner with me, so I'll bring that. And we'll see what the lights are, because like I'm telling you, I'm assuming, or I'm not assuming, I'm definite, you got an evap code, because we don't have that plugged in. Since you're on the factory ECU, we can't really like do anything with the IAC and stuff like that. But if we got a code for that, then we'll look into it some more. But dude, it ran. Like, I don't want to run it no more. We got no coolant in it. But yo, it started. The gauge works. You got 72. That's way better oil pressure than what I got. I got to look into my stuff. But like, yo, you're good, bro. Yo, man. It's up. It's running. It ran. It ran. And you got good oil pressure. Yo, what a big moment. Like hearing this thing running. I know it's been a long process for Carter, and he's been stressed out a little bit about it, but I'm just happy that I could come over here and I could get it running for him. It's like a giant sigh of relief, you know. It's like once you hear your car start for the first time, even though we were making it run, like just little things now, we'll figure it out. But yo, we got it running. We just started it up one more time just to get some videos for Instagram. Again, letting it run real quick. We're gonna put coolant in it, but Carter only has 1 gallon right now, and I'm assuming this is gonna take at minimum 2, because I know the Mishimoto's take 2. So instead of just putting it in there and like letting it sit, we're just gonna wait for him to get another gallon. Then we'll bleed it. He still needs to get a overflow tank, so he might get an aftermarket one or something like that. But I mean, overall, what we wanted to accomplish today, we accomplished. I don't have my scanner with me, so whenever I come back, I'll bring the scanner. We'll see why the lights are on. We'll adjust the throttle to see, oh, you know, I mean, shoot, I have to block that out. You know why it's probably not running right? We never calibrated the TPS. Because since it's OEM ECU, we have to do it through voltage. So that's probably another check engine light, is the TPS. That you know, that might be why. So we'll have to get like a thin T-pin or something like that. We'll calibrate that real quick. You always close throttle, you want 0.045. Full throttle, you want it between 4.5 and 5 volts. That's safe. I calibrate to 0.048. I like it closer to a half a volt. Specs usually say 0.045, but I go 0.408. 0.048, and that's usually been good for me. So if you have, do you have like a really thin pin to back probe? If we do, we'll show it. So let me figure that out before I close this video. I'm gonna show you guys a quick hack in case you don't have any like T-pins or something to back probe into your harness. This is what I do sometimes when I don't have a T-pin around. Get yourself
$18, right?
I forget how much it was. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Get yourself one of these like not wire ties. What the hell did I just call these? I forget. Whatever these are. What was it?
Bread ties.
Bread ties. Whatever. Okay, you get, you know, these little ties. These whatever you get them. I can't think. Cut the end off. So just strip the end, because the inside of it is you know, it's a wire. It's a very thin one. So if you strip the end, however much you need, cut it. That will fit to back probe behind connectors. That's a little hack I do. Hang on. All right, guys. So I got that in there. We just did a quick adjustment, so you can see my numbers. 0.047 is bouncing between 0.407, 0.408. So all right, Carter, go full throttle. That's full. I'm only getting 3 volts. Yeah, I'm only getting 3. Come here, open it full on the actual throttle body. TPS moved a little bit too. I got to readjust it. It went to 0.052, but open this the butterfly.
I want to go for 2 weeks, but he wants to go myself. I will.
I got a little more now. Now it's SL 3.6. Go again. Four. Okay, it's getting better. I think the cable's just not adjusted right. Go all the way, full throttle again. I think we just got to adjust it a little better because I saw like 4.1.
That's max.
That's a little better. All right, let me do another adjustment and we'll come back. All right, we're gonna call it right here. We got the car running more, or to stay idling. I don't want to start it up again. I have a video. I mean, like, yo, if you want to start one more time for the no, okay. Basically, the throttle plate was completely closed, so we had to adjust the idle screw. Now it's idling between 850, 900. That's perfect for me. TPS, we believe is calibrated, but we won't know until we check the codes. And the car's got to get a few things. You got to get a brake booster line because we just had to plug that right now. He doesn't have a vacuum line to that. Coolant, obviously, and then start cleaning up like his wiring for the the fan switch and the coolant temp sensor for the K-swap. Clean that wiring up. And he's going to put his brakes on and everything. So there's a lot of little things that's going to go on. The car's going to do. When I come back, I'll put my scanners. The wind's picking up. I don't know if the wind noise is affecting you guys. But I need a major thumbs up. I need a major thumbs up. We got Carter swap running. So we're that much closer to getting it on the road and not tuned. He's on factory ECU. Bro, I'm going to just ask if anybody's got a K-Pro for sale for a good deal. Carter might get it. And then we can get the car tuned. So we're looking out for that. Thumbs up, like. Thumbs up and like are the same thing. Comment. Give Carter a big congratulations. Subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Whatever's gonna happen with this next. So, I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Stay motivated and keep making those streets louder.